Unless you're here to solve this nightmare problem, I don't need you. What's this? Oh, that's right, the timbers from Anger's mill. I swear, that area and her men would make fine Stormcloak recruits. Pity we can't spare the lumber to conscript them. Here, take this. For your time and all that. Oh, the Stormcloaks are destined to win this fight. Talos is with us, and when you fight under a Divine's blessing, victory is assured. Dawnstar has a history of being the site of battles that have crippled the fate of the Empire. I hope this remains true. The only reason dragons are attacking is because Talos is angry with us for turning our backs on him. As soon as we drive the Empire out of Skyrim, the dragons will vanish. Mark my words. Don't bother me again unless it's important.
The Jarl is tired. Be mindful of that.
I've been in charge of Dawnstar for
By the
over
Divines, I'm
35
tired.
years. All right, then.
Talos guide you. Fight or die well.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss. The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates. Did you have any questions about the museum, or would you rather talk business? It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill. And here you are. I hope you found the museum to your liking. They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult, I've gathered in my museum. An excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim Dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis. A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes Razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim. At least 2 of the owners, Gonzol and Draskua are dangerous marauders. And the third owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. The Razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worship Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. Good luck finding the fragments.
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
The Mortar and Pestle makes potions, if you can't tell from the name. Just step up to the counter. No, I don't have anything. I'm the oldest woman in Dawnstar. Was here when Skald the Elder was Skald the Younger. He's a fool if you haven't met him already. Thinks Ulfric Stormcloak is invincible and spits dragon fire. The people here look to Brina Merilis when they need things settled. Real firebrand going up. Wasn't surprised when she joined the Legion. Take a look. Let me know if you come down to the rattle. Frost took my husband years ago. He was a good man. Mike, yes?
You come to Dawnstar at a bad time. Tempers are fiery. Skald supports Ulfric's rebellion, and he doesn't like having a couple of old legionnaires living in his town. He's a fool. A dragon has attacked Helgen. Dawnstar needs the Empire now more than ever. Drowning your troubles in mead? A lot of folks are doing that these days. You'll want the Wind Peak Inn. As for work, you could try to catch Skald in a good mood, but your best bet would be working in the mines. They're on opposite ends of town. Stay out of trouble now.
My duty is to guard Brina Merilis.
These dreams are real, I tell you.
Can't sleep
Real.
well,
You're
no
wrong to
matter
come
how
here,
much
stranger.
drink I
No
put in
rest in
me.
Dawnstar.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
These dreams are real, I tell you.
I'm no one special.
Real.
Ironbreaker
Just a
Mine.
minor
That would be
swing
Jarl
of
Skald,
pickaxe
the
with
Elder.
drinking
He's over in the White Hall, probably talking about Ulfric's life as the second.
What? The entire town is being plagued by horrible nightmares. They're in serious danger, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about it. In any other circumstance, I'd agree with you. However, these aren't normal dreams. The Daedric Lord Vermina's voracious hunger for memories is responsible for these visions. The nightmares are an echo of her presence as she feeds. I need to return to the source of the problem, to Nightcaller Temple. Perhaps you'd be willing to assist me in that regard. I've already said too much. If anyone overhears what we're saying, it could start a panic. I would simply ask that you trust me. Wonderful. My Lady Mara will be quite pleased. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Vermina resides in a strange realm known as Quagmire, a nightmarish land where reality shifts upon itself in seemingly impossible ways. From her citadel at the center, she reaches forth to collect our memories, leaving nothing in return apart from visions of horror and despair. Who can say? Perhaps she collects them for display like works of art in a nonsensical art gallery. Whatever the case may be, her intentions are far from benevolent. I promise to answer all of your questions.
I envy you travelers.
Follow me.
Yes. Ever since my mother died a few winters ago. I play songs
Need a room?
and help with the
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left us bounty letter. See ya.
Yes, my son.
Follow me. It's this way.
I help my husband Rustleif run the forge.
Seems
He's a
like no one
marvel
is
with
getting a
steel.
decent night's rest in Dawnstar, stranger. Best by... My wife Saren and I run it together. Our son or daughter isn't going to get much Redguard culture here in Skyrim. I know my wife worries how she will pass along her traditions. Hey, if you find a book called Night Falls on Sentinel, could you bring it to me? It's a story from my wife's people. Be good to have. Good on you. I've worked on a few moorings here and there for it. Most of the ship captains are superstitious about who works on their vessels, though. And Dawnstar is known for its bad luck. We're the last port of call before Windhelm, and the ore we trade makes rich targets for pirates. The finest weapons and armor. back if you need steel.
Hi there. They're dead. My pa was a sailor. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been
What
hard.
is it? I haven't...
Real
If you
hard.
don't mind digging, I own the Quicksilver mine. It's a better life than working in that damned Ironbreaker mine with all those milk drinkers. That would be Skald the Elder. He's been running Dawnstar ever since he was a boy. And he never
Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? This way, my son. Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking within. Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar. No. Knowing they could never defeat the orcs, the priests of Vermina released what they called the miasma, putting everyone to sleep. I'm concerned that when this place is unsealed, the miasma will dissipate and they'll awaken, both orcs and priests alike. The miasma was created by the priests of Vermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Because the rituals would last for months or even years, the miasma was designed to slow down the aging process. Sadly, yes. The longer an individual is exposed to the miasma, the more the mind can become damaged. Those who've been under the effect of it for extended periods of time have been known to lose their minds entirely. In some cases, a few never awoke at all. Once we get inside, all will become clear. Just a moment, and I'll have this open. Now I can show you the source of the nightmares. Over here. Behold the Skull of Corruption, the source of Dawnstar's woes. We must reach the inner sanctum and destroy it. Come, there's no time to lose. For Lady Mara! That's your best? Damn it! The priests must have activated this barrier when the miasma was released. Impossible, actually. I wonder. There may be a way to bypass the barrier, but I must check their library and confirm it can be done. I suppose there's no point in concealing the truth any longer. My knowledge of this temple comes from personal experience. I was a priest of Vermina. Yes, you're right. I should have. But I didn't know what to say. When the orcs raided the temple, I fled. I left my brothers and sisters behind to die. I've spent the last few decades living in regret and seeking redemption from Mara. And by her benevolence, I will right my wrongs. I still have my key to the library. Whenever you're ready, let's move on. The miasma was created by the priests of Vermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Lore holds that the Skull of Corruption holds a constant hunger for the memories of others. We mustn't tarry. The skull needs to be destroyed as soon as possible. It's just up here. Be careful. We're certain to find more of the Awakened within. Take heed, they've awakened. Kill the defilers! This library used to be filled with arcane volumes. Now look at it. Almost everything's been burned. I hope the tome we need is still intact. Barring any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need. We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes called the Dream Stride. The tome bears the likeness of Vermina on the cover. It should be here somewhere. If you'll check the shelves around the balcony, I'll check around the lower level. Let me take a look. Mara be praised. There is a way past the barrier to the inner sanctum. It involves a recipe for a liquid known as Vermina's torpor. Yes, the torpor grants an ability the priests of Vermina called the Dream Stride, using dreams to travel distances in the real world. I assure you, the Dream Stride is well known in Verminian lore. Sadly, I have yet to see it function in person. As a sworn priest of Mara, the elixir won't work for me. The torpor will only work for priests of Vermina, or the unaffiliated. I will not lie to you. There is some risk involved. The last time the torpor was imbibed could have been decades ago. But I swear upon Lady Mara that I will do everything within my power to prevent any harm from befalling you. All believe there is a laboratory in the East Wing. If we proceed there, we should be able to locate a sample. You'll be viewing the memory of another through your own eyes and with your own body. The laboratory adjoins the library. I'm hoping we'll find a sample of the torpor left undamaged.
For Lady Mara! They mustn't stop us! Be gone, invader!
Kill the defilers!
Kill the defilers! That it? That your best? You can't beat me!
Now that they've been dealt with, we need to... It should be in a small bottle, very similar to a potion. I'll begin searching up here. The torpor should be in a small bottle with liquid. If you find it, bring it to me. Yes, my son. I'm relieved you discovered a bottle intact. This place looks as though it was ransacked by the orcs. So, I've taken us this far, but you need to guide us the rest of the way. Drink. Dawnstar's fate rests in that tiny bottle. The longer we wait, the more damage Vermina could be doing to those poor people. I understand your hesitation, but I promise you that it works.
The orcs have breached the inner sanctum, Brother Varen.
We must hold. We can't allow the skull to fall into their hands.
But no more than a handful of us remain, brother.
Then we have no choice. The miasma must be released.
The miasma? But brother...
We have no alternative. It's the will of Vermina. And what about you, Brother Casimir? Are you prepared to serve the will of Vermina? Then it's decided. Brother Casimir, you must activate the barrier and release the miasma. Let nothing stop you. Brother Thoric, we must remain here and guard this skull with our lives if necessary.
Agreed.
to the death.
Yes. Worked. You vanished after drinking the torpor and materialized on the other side. I've never seen anything quite like it. How I envy you. I can only imagine the excitement of seeing history through the eyes of another. Sadly, I am resigned to just reading of its wonders through my research of the skull. Indeed. My reverence for Vermina's machinations should not take precedence over our mission. My apologies. The inner sanctum lies ahead. We must reach the skull and put an end to Dawnstar's troubles. Lead on, my friend. Come. We must get to the skull and destroy it.
Stop them!
should have come here. Take heed, they've awakened. Damn you! That's your around it. Side of a flea. Wait. There, Thoric, you're alive. No thanks to you, Casimir. I no longer use that name. I'm Miranda, priest of Mara. You're a traitor. You left us to die and then ran before the miasma took you. No, I was scared. I wasn't ready to sleep. Enough of your lies. I can't allow you to destroy the skull, priest of Mara. Then you leave me no choice. Time for your final.
Vermina, forgive me.
I knew Varen and Thoric. They were my friends. Is this punishment for my past? Is it Mara's will to torment me so? First, an incantation to remove the barrier. Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? Come, we must get... I call upon you, Lady Mara. The skull hungers. It yearns for memories and leaves nightmares in its wake. Grant me the power to break through this barrier and to send the skull to the depths of oblivion.
He's deceiving you. When the ritual's complete, the skull will be free, and then Arender will turn on you. Quickly, kill him now. Kill him and claim the skull for your own. Vermina commands you.
Come, we must get to the skull and destroy it. Forgive me if I don't appear relieved. This temple has taken its toll on me. In time, I believe I will. I'd constructed a meager shrine to Mara in the antechamber where we entered. My intention was to spend the rest of my years here, burying the past and praying for forgiveness. But instead, I wish to offer my services to you. If you ever wish to journey with me, I'll be here. There's no need to thank me. What you did was for the people of Dawnstar. If anyone should be thanked, it should be you. Azura's wisdom. Let's not waste any time. Mara, protect us both. I'm ready. Let's continue. I paid my dues in a shrine located within the catacombs of a fort in Cyrodiil.
Move along. I am a Thormor Justiciar on important business. That you were making sure your Emperor wasn't lying to his elven master. Be careful. Move along. That we are superior to men is an established fact. For example, take this belief in Talos, the ninth divine. Until next time.
I grew up in the Pale. This land was my home for most of my life. And for a don... That's quite a statement, I assure you.
You're not supposed to be... here.
Mara, all right. Don't take too long.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Guards! Help!
Ready to get... Certainly. I'm ready.
The mill is my responsibility. And that's what I care about. That's all. Understand? I just want to be left alone to do my job. Don't know what you're talking about, stranger. I've heard of him. My father had suspicion. I don't need this. My family wasted 8 generations keeping that race. Best leave the past buried, I say.
I wish I could be an inventor like you, and go wherever I want.
Good to see you again. How would you like to hire a brave, if untested, mercenary? Father says I should pick a name that describes what I really am, but nobody's going to hire Eric Greenthumb or Eric Hoe Pusher. No, I need a name that will put some fear in the hearts of my enemies. When I have some enemies, that is. Seemed like the best way to see the world and make some coin. Sure, I'm a little green, but what I lack in experience, I make up for in courage. Looks like you've got some help already. I'll join you, but you'll have to let your comrade go.
Mara, protect us both.
Say?
I understand. We must all follow our
First,
own
I
paths.
thought I'd miss farming.
If you wish to
New
farm me
armor.
again,
Looks like you've
I'll
got
be a
some
knight
help
called a
already.
temple.
I'll join you, but you'll have to let your comrade go. What do you say?
Mara, protect us both. I understand. We must all follow our own paths. If you wish to farm me again, I'll be a knight called a temple.
All right,
Azura's
then.
wisdom to you, friend.
If I can make enough... Lead the way. You lead,
If you've
I'll
got some
follow.
business in Rorikstead, you should start by speaking to Juan. Aye, that I did. I commanded a force of several dozen men, most of them levies from villages in the part of the hold. I damn near met my end in that war. An old merry soldier ran me through with his blade, and left me for dead. A healer named Joanne saved my life. He's been my closest friend ever since. I tell you, that man is a miracle worker. Not yet, anyway, though it certainly could.
If you need a meal, or I only take real coin here. No handouts and no bartering. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that? Mm-hmm.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children.
If you're
They're
thinking of
good
setting
for
up to
nothing at
farm,
all.
you picked the right place. Until next time.
Not the reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort, they might consider...
Good day, friend. Keeping... No problem. How can I help? Let's get going then.
Whoa there! I don't know where you're going, but stay out of that mine. We tunneled into an old Nordic crypt. The whole place is crawling with Draugr. We're not mining up any ore with those undead around. We're keeping the mine closed until that crypt is clear. I hear talk about a regiment coming to clear the crypt.
God might get nervous.
We'll see if that happens. There's... Yes? Need something?
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura, the goddess of twilight, if you'll excuse me. In the mountains to the northeast. I'll mark it on your map.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King with his voice. This is Markarth, traveler. Safest.
Bit of jewelry for your journey home? Oh, this pendant would look lovely on my sister.
This should be good.
We are routed.
Oh, God!
Yes, it's all.
Die for my
By the divines, the Forsworn are here in the city.
We'll handle things from here. Move along. I said move along. The Forsworn are just a bunch of madmen. We have everything under control. Stay out of it. All right then. All right then.
Margaret, he killed her. She's a traveler from the Imperial City. Came by every day looking for jewelry for her relatives back home. Why would anyone want to kill her? Doesn't make any sense. What's happening to this city?
A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you all right? Did you see what happened? I'm so sorry. I hope the Eight give you more peace in the future.
Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important.
No. I was just getting some fresh air. Had one too many pints of mead at the Silver Blood Inn. My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket.
All right, then. All right, then.
We'll handle things from here. Move along.
Did you see that, madman? A Forsworn agent, here in the city. Think he worked down at the smelter. A lot of laborers there are sympathetic to the Forsworn. They promise people they'll kill off all the Nords that rule over the Reach. Nothing but murderers and saboteurs. Has ruined my entire day.
What's the hurry?
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do.
You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city.
A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a Forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess. You want to walk away? Fine. But there's going to be no justice for that poor woman. No one to care what happened to her. Changed your mind? Ready to... This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please. You find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Waylon and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me. She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silver Blood Inn. He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Waylon, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers. She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. See, they're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people. Yes, it all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why. Let me know as soon as you found anything.
You don't know anything about this house?
No.
Anyone seen entering or leaving? Any strange lights or unusual noises?
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter? Damn. It's like everyone in the city has amnesia. I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites and so forth. I was actually just about to head on inside. Follow me, and keep your eyes open. Daedra are powerful creatures.
It just feels right somehow.
Never know.
Having this new life as an adventurer. It's what I was meant to do. Lead on.
Bloody enough for you, outsider? Then you found your home, friend. Blood and silver are what flows through Markarth. Welcome. Jarl is who you want to talk to. Always coin to be made.
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Typical Imperial lies. First, you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead? You and the Jarl will answer for any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Thongvor. We're done.
You there. You another Imperial puppet? Answer me. Finally, someone with decent sense. The Empire is destroying everything Skyrim stands for. Jarl Igmund can't ignore us for much longer. Not if the Silverblood family has a say. We own Sidna Mine, best prison in Skyrim, and source of half the wealth in this city. We keep the Reach safe. We flood Markarth with wealth. But does the Jarl listen to us when we want a say? No. He's busy forgetting that Ulfric Stormcloak saved this city from the Forsworn. Ulfric's a hero, not a damn criminal. That's a true Nord hero. A legend. So great that the Divines themselves lifted his soul into the heavens and made him a god. He founded the Empire, and now they've turned their back on him to appease the elves. Elves. Do the elves rule Skyrim, or do the Nords? They started the Great War, nearly destroyed the Imperial City. Then the Emperor took the coward's way out and surrendered. Now, the elves dictate everything we do, and they don't want us acknowledging a mere human like Talos as the god he is. We own Sidna Mine, best prison in Skyrim, and source of half the wealth in this city. Stay out of trouble.
I'm Calselmo's nephew.
What
I
are you
help him
doing
around
here?
the laboratory.
The excavation site is... I told you, you idiot! I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you? You are? Very good. May I see it? Excellent. Very good. This is exactly what I need to complete a series of studies I'm doing on Dwemer craftsmanship and magical resonance. I simply must have this. I'll pay you double what it's worth. Wonderful. You've just made an important contribution to the advancement of a Dwemer scholarship. Persistent, aren't you? Oh, very well. Who am I to stand in the way of curiosity? I'll let you in if you agree to something for me. There's a giant spider in the Chuan-Zel. My workers call her Nimhi, the poisoned one. If you deal with Nimhi, I'll let you into both the excavation site and my Dwemer museum. What do you say? Enthusiasm. Good. Here's the key to the dig site. Yes, their history and culture is all around us in Markarth, a race of stonecutters, artisans, and engineers. They invented machines and built elaborate underground cities where they researched powers to rival the gods themselves. And then, at a time we are still not sure when, they disappeared. The whole people, all at once, leaving behind only their works. What? Oh, goodbye.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew. I help him around the laboratory.
I have things to study. What is it? Spells and incantations, for those with the talent to cast them. Yes, I have a lot of research to do.
Don't let... I'm afraid to touch half the things we keep in the tower.
The artifact to protect my research, for one. There are more cutthroat scholars out there who would steal my findings if they got the chance. And the excavations into Chuan-Zel are dangerous. Dwemer machines and traps still function, even after thousands of years.
You have the honor of addressing a member of the Thalmor. Bask in it. As if this craggy wretch of a city could give birth to a superiorly bred mer such as myself. No, I'm not from Markarth. I was sent here to lead the Thalmor's interests in this corner of Skyrim. It's my mission to root out all Talos worship in this city. It's a religious matter. The Thormor do not recognize Talos as a god. He was only a man, and does not deserve a place in our pantheon. The Empire has agreed to accept our beliefs, and its citizens have a responsibility to cease their heretical worship. You're awfully inquisitive, aren't you? I like that. Perhaps you... Ogmund the Scout. He's old, respected, and I know for a fact that he worships Talos in his home. But the Jarl has been hesitant to call for his arrest. I want you to break into his home and find evidence. We're the ruling body of the Old Mary Dominion, saviors of Myr, victors of the Great War. The Empire exists because we allow it to exist, and I'm here to make sure the Jarl of Markarth remembers that.
We're here to see the Jarl.
Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth? Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words. Keep your eyes open for Forsworn when you're on the roads.
You speak to Igmund, son of Hrolfdir, Jarl of Markarth. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. My guards told me. Poor Margaret. And witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Forsworn. I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control. It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the hold. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started. Are you a sellsword? But I can't turn away a potential ally. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders. Hiding out, we will see. I want no mercy for those Forsworn.
The Jarl has put out a bounty on Forsworn. Here, take a look at this decree.
Old Dwarven city underneath the keep. Sure it's
What am I supposed to do? Never leave the house? You want that ending?
You're closing the...
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
There's no... You a fighting man? How about a... Oh yeah, pretty little thing. Had a room here, I think. Ask the innkeeper.
My mother and father yell a lot. Always have.
Come quietly, or you have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and
legend
clean
we
rooms.
all know and love. Our hero claims a warrior's heart.
There's no shipments coming in, so you a fighting man? Oh yeah, pretty little thing. Had a room here, I think. Ask the innkeeper.
My father, Klepper, is the one you want to talk to. I just clean up.
It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, beware, the Dragonborn comes, for the darkness has passed, and the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborns come.
This is the Silver... Ah, yes. Rented the nicest room we had for a whole month. Best we all forget about her. Bad luck to talk about the dead in Markarth. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood.
What can an old skull do for you, huh? That's about the truth of it. Write tales about the sights I've seen, the battles I've fought. Earned quite a name for myself when I was younger. The Bard's College still teaches some of my work to their students. Good fighting to you.
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. I remember her. She had a room here. I talked to the innkeeper about it. Watch your
If
back,
I can't
friend.
get you something, I'm sure my wife will bellow at me until I can.
There's no shipments
Free
coming
to
in,
search
so
your room.
Back off. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
The finest jewelry in all of Markarth.
Outsiders. Yeah.
The Treasury House is really... I'm afraid he's asked not to be disturbed. No, he isn't. Go. Go right ahead, then. Don't let me keep you.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right.
What are you doing here? I told them... Imperial agent. That's right, I knew. How many dogs is the Empire going to... This is my business. My city. Now get out. What? By the gods, Betrid! My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. No, you're not. You want to know what the forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. and their uprising was crushed, I had Madanak brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. Dongvo, you already got what you wanted, you damn. You and Madanak are animals, and Now get out of my house. Get out of my house. Now. Get out of my house. Now.
I'm gonna be a silversmith.
I
one
work
day,
silver,
like my mother and
father,
father.
and his father before him.
Tacitus, what is this?
A nail?
Got to... I have to wonder. What does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thule be taught, like any skill?
Can't talk. Mullish will beat me if I stop working. The Forsworn? That's right, I'll say it. We all knew. Even that fat-headed slave-driving Mullish knew. Just ask him about it. Another honest man lost in all this madness. And for what? He's a damn tyrant, always being goaded by the Silverbloods to get more work out of us. They pay us next to nothing. We get beaten if we make a mistake. And where are our kind Nord rulers? What are they doing? You're gonna try to talk sense into that orc? I'll believe it when I see it. Me and Hathrasil mostly. Mullish barks at us all day, but I wouldn't call that honest work. A few people in the Warrens used to work here. Degane broke some bones a while back. Altris quit. Kareen is too sick. We've lost a lot of good people to that damn crusade. Drive out the Nords, they say.
You're not one of my
Well, the
workers.
Nord
What are you
ain't
doing
driven
here?
out.
Oh yes, Waylon. Bastard could have at least gone crazy after we made our silver quota. What? Are you telling me how to treat my workers? Do you have any idea how much metal the Silverblood family wants us to smelt? All right. You sound like a damn Legion officer, but I get it. I'll give them a break. This better not hurt our quota. Whatever you want to know, I don't care. I run a smelter, that's it. Fine. I did notice something odd the last time we handed out the pay. Little extra slip of paper for Waylon. Took it right to his room after he got it. You want Garvey. He handles the keys for the Warrens. About the only thing that disease-riddled native is good for. Every other day, seems one of the laborers runs off to the hills saying he'll join the Forsworn. You don't like the Nords? Fine. But what? No. Thonar Silverblood owns it. He owns everything in Markarth.
I spilled just a bit of metal. I don't believe it. Someone's sticking up for us? Here, it's a week's wages for me, but you've earned every coin.
Can I help you? Warrens ain't for you. Trust me. The Warrens isn't a place for you. Sorry, but you don't exactly belong. Trust is hard to come by here. But all right. Oh yes. I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. Kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now. It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here. That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the Divines you can choose to live somewhere else. I can show you a few things, but anyone asks, and my name never comes up. Understand? All right, then. You want something from me? Need something? Hmm? Yes? Warrens ain't for you. Trust me. Yes? You want something from me?
Don't know anyone here who doesn't have rattles or ataxia.
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. You'll listen to this. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
God, uniform! Keep those hands up!
Enough! This ends now! God, no! That's all you've got! I'll fix you good!
Keep those hands up!
This what you want? That's your bet, huh?
won't get away from me.
12 symptoms of
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, you're just gonna stand there and take it?
I'll tear you to pieces.
Drive that snow back to the ground, come on!
You mean? They don't like us talking to people when we were. That's all I know. Busy with the smelter. Really should talk to Mullish if you have a problem with one of the workers. Mm-hmm.
I oversee Markarth's smelter. Worker gets out of line, I get him